Hello Capricorn, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Grand Lux by Cyril Marchetti. Website for them is usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame on any of that if you want that information. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Website for them is hayhouse.com. It's down here, I believe. I don't know if that's the current active website, but if you search it on a Google search engine, either Hay House is one word or Hay House is two words, you'll probably find what you're looking for. Or you can search by the authors. Oh, and illustrated by Jesse Reish. I keep forgetting Jesse. Why do I keep forgetting Jesse Reish? Is it going to focus? Please focus. Yeah, illustrated by Jesse Reish. I don't really want to forget Jesse, so I did. Alright, what do we have for Capricorn? Okay, let's get these all down before I get... I like what I'm seeing so far, but let's make sure it's making sense. How do we make it come together? Okay. I don't know if that's a bad card or... Okay, we have good things coming. One last card. The Aphrodite's Love Spell. I gotta be honest with you, I think we have to watch out for this. I don't think it's gonna happen to you. I think you gotta look out for it. Let's be sure. Because what I'm getting is there's been a lot of connections or a lot of information floating around. You seem to be connected with a very creative energy. I'm saying energy because I'm not really looking to connect that to an energy, just like a person. I'm saying energy because I'm not looking to define that, over-define that. When I say a creative energy, it could be a person, or you could have your own ideas, but there's something from the past that's coming into the future. Kind of like something that I've thought about, or maybe somebody else who has good ideas, and either you've thought about connecting with them, or building something with them, or creating something with them, or you have your own ideas. Either way, it's been around for a while. I feel like you know if this by the time this is over, if this reading is for you, you'll know if what this is, or have an idea of what it is. It's kind of like either an idea you want to make yourself, or somebody else is like really good at something and you're like, they're full of great ideas, I'd really like to work with them, something like that. I'm getting the friendship card here. So if this isn't something another person is doing or something somebody else is good at, it could be something that you're good at that you want to bring other people into, just to be fair. Alright, we'll a little bit more information because I feel like there's something else I'm missing on that one. Friendship again, 3 of Cups, which is friends again, and the Tower card. Maybe this is something somebody else has failed at, and it's kind of like, well, I see what they did, and I bet you I could help them make that work out. But if I'm going to do that, well, we might have to sort out how. If I'm going to be a part of it, we might have to sort out some like rules or compensation or something. It could be something somebody else has failed at in the past. But they're them and you're you. And then what I'm saying is, like, Capricorn usually you'll create a plan. Kind of like, all right, show me what you did. I like it. I'm just curious why it failed. I think I see some of the reasons why it failed, but I'm not naive. I want to see all the layers. So on the outside, it looks like this is the reason it failed. But I want to see all the layers, and then I can see like what else maybe either led into that, or what else could have gone better. Maybe, was there something here that kept it afloat longer than maybe you would have expected to? Like, what went right, what went wrong? I want to know the details. I need the details. Show me what you got. You're taking something that did not work. Either something that lacks a plan, something that lacks a plan. So if somebody failed at something in the past, they lacked a plan. If this is something you've been thinking about, or something somebody else has been thinking about, you're taking it from fantasy into reality is what I'm getting. Kind of like, we're going to have to create a plan. And you got the King of Coins here. You're going to put it don't get caught up in the gender, but you're going to put it together into a plan and decide if you want to make this happen. I don't see you really creating this plan all by yourself, just to be fair. And I understand that could mean that you're looking up information and you're getting advice from other people, but there's a lot of other things going into this plan. You might be a co-conspirator or a I'm seeing like you're regulating it. Regulating it. Kind of like somebody's like, well, here's the plan how I think it should work. And you're like, all right, well, let's start with this first page. Here's the problems I'm seeing in this first page. And I feel like we first have to fix the first page, and we have to build from there. If we want this to succeed, and we do, we got to go on this with the best foot forward, and we're going to have to like make it really kind of like, we're going to have to look at this with like a fine-tooth comb. We're going to have to really get the magnifying glass out. If we really want the success here, we really need the success here, and we do, because Capricorn doesn't get involved in things to fail. Like if we're going to do this, we're going to succeed, and we're going to do this way. And this first page, we got to fix this. All right, fix that. And then it comes back like, well, let me look at how you fixed it, and I'll decide if that's correct or if that's good enough. Because when you correct things, you're kind of like, after it's been corrected, let me look at it again and look at what else is going here. And you're going to help refine this. Like, we need to refine this, stabilize it, put the plan together, refine. We're going to refine it. If this could be quite the detailed process. I feel like I don't even really need to say this, but I think the reason I'm going to say it is for people who aren't Capricorn or people who are trying to understand what's going on with Capricorn. This is a lengthy process. I feel like Capricorn's like, well, yeah, success is going to take a while. I'm not going to jump into things just willy-nilly. It's not going to happen. So it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. Judgment is going in your favor. The Capricorn connection is where the judgment and the favor, good favor, is happening. There's going to be a lot of lack here. It's very ironic. Well, I think, again, I'm going to say this for people who aren't Capricorns watching this, but maybe I'm wrong. Lack, in this situation, lack is opportunity. You're looking for what lacks. You want to know what lacks. You're looking for it. You're like, yeah, I want to know what it is so I can fix it, so I can fill it in. The situation lacks a lot in the beginning. You're not seeing this as a bad thing. You're like, no, I know it does. I need to see it. I want to see where. And that's what you're looking for, and you're going to find it. That's what I'm getting with the Five of Pentacles. There's a lot of lack, a lot of things missing. All right, let me see, what can I do with this? What is missing here? This doesn't look right. Like, you know, we're speeding towards the bridge, but there's something isn't right here. Let me check out the bridge. Yeah, nope, we're going to go right into the canyon if we go over this bridge. Nope, not doing that. Let's look at what we need to do to fix it. I want to see the problems so I can address them and see what we need to do with them. This is one of those things, again, where Capricorn does not see this as a bad thing. I'm looking for it. If I can find it, I can fix it. That's kind of what I'm feeling from you. Now, you're pointing out a lot of the lack, but you have a very positive energy about it. You might have to remind people, we need to find the lack. We need to find it. It's not a bad thing. It just means this is what we need to do to reinforce the system. Because I feel like when you're addressing or dealing with whoever you're dealing with, you just got to make the point, like, we're doing this to make sure this stabilizes if we're going to start it up again. We got to see if this is doable. The more lack I can find, the more I can correct it. The more legitimate lack. I mean, we don't want lack just for the sense of lack, for the sake of lack. It seems like it's a positive connection here. I don't see it being a bad thing. You will have moments where you're going to be like, well, this is going to be pass or fail. Because when I find the lack, it depends how it needs to be corrected. You know what I mean? If the bridge is too weak and we can't reinforce it, then the bridge isn't. We're not going to use the bridge. We're just not, because that's, if we can't reinforce the bridge to a level where I'm completely confident with it, still not going to use it. Still not going to use it. This is pass or fail for you is what I'm getting. It either is going to work or it's not going to work. It's either yes or no. You got the world on your mind in the sense of like, if I'm going to get involved with this, it has to work. Capricorn, I've said this, I feel like I've said this a lot. Capricorn does not go on a whim, or they don't go with a chance. If they're getting involved, it's going to work. They don't do it unless it's going to work. They don't waste their time. It's not how it's going to work. It's not how it's going to happen, I should say. There's going to be a moment where you're kind of feeling stuck, and there's a lot of stress here. The thing is, we can't get caught up in the glory of it. We can't get caught up in the glory of it. We have to be like, what's real here? We're going to step back for a minute. There might be a pause. Take that pause. Enjoy that pause. That may sound kind of counterproductive, but I feel like take that pause, pull back, and let's see what kind of shakes out. Let's take another moment. I feel like this is one of those moments where we have to step away from it for a minute, give it a couple weeks, and then go back into it to see it with fresh eyes. In fact, if we have somebody else who can advise us, who sees things semi your way, maybe they'll see something you didn't see. We got to be careful not to get caught up in the glory. I was talking about it, but there's still the Eight of Swords is kind of showing like a stop moment, but the Hanged Man is also here. This is not an end. Something else is going to have to come into play first. Another opportunity comes in. If you show this plan to other people within respect to what you're comfortable with, something else comes in. You got the Nine of Cups coming in with the abundance. There's another factor that can come in and change the landscape a little bit for you. It's kind of like we've been thinking about going across to this bridge, this bridge, this bridge, this bridge. And it's kind of like somebody kind of like says, well, what are you doing? Well, we have like this big glass window. We got to get across this bridge, but if they can't support the vehicle getting it across, we can't go across this way. And somebody else is like, well, actually, we have another shipment going across. If you just go down to the side of the canyon here where there's a river, we have this happening to get a bunch of our stuff across, and it's very careful. And this is how we do it. This is how we're getting stuff across. And since you're going the same thing, maybe we could work together, and we could help each other out here. Something like that. I'm actually getting a more dramatic way of kind of like somebody like saying, well, we're lifting a bunch of stuff over by helicopter, and we could add your stuff in too. So if that's and it's safe, it's kind of like, yeah, but it's glass. Yeah, but everything else in here is very delicate too. So we have to be very careful with it, and this is how you have to pack it for it to happen. We can get it across. Opportunity showing up. It does sound very dramatic. Like I don't know why I'm using the helicopter analogy, but that's there too. There's going to be a couple other ways, a couple other opportunities coming in that I was not even thinking of. Kind of like getting across this canyon by helicopter, I wasn't thinking of that. For example, if you're traveling and it's not, you can give back the car, or put the cars make me a rental, and you can drop it off to somebody else, however that works. But you can go across by helicopter, then you go across by helicopter, you get another rental car on the other side. If it's just a rental anyways, it seems like that's fine. There's other opportunities here. Other opportunities will show up if you're able to talk about it a little more and get that information out there. Something will come back around you. When the knowledge comes back your way, that'll be like, well, that's the piece I'm missing. I can make this happen. Let's make this happen. This is all good. And we'll continue on. There will be a snag. I feel like that's what I've kind of walked around a little bit. Is this what this is? Is this a snag? Like there's a problem, there's a hole in the bucket type thing? The Sun card comes out and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, we got to take a minute to balance it out. There's something here that doesn't work, but it's not the end of the road. I feel like it's not the end of the road, but it's kind of like before we move forward a little bit too quickly, let's hold back. It may be even to the point where it's like, it looks like the plan's all ready to go, but I'm just not comfortable with it yet. I just want to sit with it a couple more weeks. Sit with it a couple more weeks. Better opportunities might come forward and make this more lucrative for you. So I think that's what it is. Like you're taking somebody else's idea, you're creating a plan with it, you're hitting like a moment where you're not comfortable. It might just be that you're not comfortable. Honor your feelings, hold back for a couple weeks, better opportunities come in. It may be more than a couple, I don't know. I feel like it might be a couple weeks, and then you might be like, well, let me sit on those thoughts for a minute. Go by your time scale. Your time scale? Your time. Do it in your time. Do it in your time. I think that's what it's saying. Because it will work out. Your point is to make it work. You know what I mean? And then if that's what needs to happen, when the knowledge comes in, you can stabilize it and go forward. I feel like you just need to be confident that you have the right knowledge. And again, Capricorn has to think it out, sort it out. Let me look at it a couple different ways. When I'm sure, okay, here we go. Is it good? All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.